In a lot of American neighborhoods, the biggest dangers aren't really hiding in the shadows at all. They're actually growing right out in the open. I'm talking about in our gardens, along our sidewalks, and even in our parks. So today, we're going to dive into the beautiful and sometimes dangerous world of the American backyard. And this quote really sets the scene, doesn't it? Sometimes danger grows quietly in your own backyard. Man, that's a chilling thought, but it perfectly captures what we're about to get into. Which brings us to this central question, right? What if the most dangerous things are also the most beautiful? It's that whole deceptive beauty thing that makes these plants so fascinating and honestly, so important for us to understand. Okay, let's get right to it. It's time to meet our suspects. I've got a list of 5 common plants that you absolutely 100% need to know about. Okay, first up on our list is oleander. And look, if you live anywhere warm, I'm talking California, Texas, Florida, I can almost guarantee you've seen this plant. Seriously, it is everywhere. And hey, it's popular for a reason. It's this gorgeous ornamental shrub with these vibrant pink, white, or red flowers. Plus, it's incredibly hardy. You've probably seen it lining highways because it's just so drought resistant. But, and this is the crucial part, every single part of this plant is toxic. So the poison in this plant is, well, it's weirdly specific. Oleander has something called cardiac glycosides. Now that's a fancy term, but all it really means is these are compounds that if you eat them, they mess directly with your heart's rhythm. And that's what makes it so incredibly dangerous for curious kids and pets who might just be drawn to those pretty, colorful flowers. All right, our second suspect is giant hogweed. Now this one is more common up in the Northeast and the Pacific Northwest. And let me tell you, this plant looks like it's straight out of a fantasy novel. It's huge. And with this one, the danger is all about mistaken identity. See, giant hogweed looks a lot like that harmless wildflower, Queen Anne's lace, but the threat, it's on a whole other level. You don't even have to eat it. Just touching the sap can cause these awful, severe burns and blisters when your skin gets exposed to sunlight. No thanks. Okay, number 3 on our list is a real classic, but it's one a lot of folks don't know how to spot. Poison hemlock. This stuff grows wild pretty much all across the US. You'll see it along roadsides, in empty lots. It's out there. And it looks so innocent. It's delicate, almost pretty, with these little white flowers and umbrella-shaped clusters. But do not be fooled. It is packed with toxic alkaloids that totally mess with your nervous system. And just like with the hogweed, the biggest risk is mistaking it for something you can eat, like wild carrots or parsley. A really dangerous mistake. All right, suspect number 4, the sago palm. Fun fact, it's not actually a true palm tree. But you see it all the time in landscaping. People use it to give their yards that kind of polished tropical vibe. And I'm not going to bury the lead on this one. I'm just going to say it straight up. Sago palms are extremely dangerous for your pets. Seriously, this cannot be overstated. Listen to this. Dogs are particularly vulnerable. Even small amounts of the seeds can cause severe liver damage. If you're a pet owner, this is absolutely critical information, especially because the plant itself just looks so darn harmless. And that brings us to our final suspect, Jimson weed. This is one of those plants that just kind of pops up unexpectedly. You'll see it in disturbed soil, so maybe near construction sites or even in a garden you just tilled. It has a really unique look, right? These big trumpet-shaped flowers and these super weird spiky seed pods. But if someone ingests this plant, it's a serious medical emergency. It's got compounds that go straight for the brain and nervous system and can cause intense confusion and a whole host of other really dangerous symptoms.
So, after hearing all that, I know what you're probably wondering. If these plants are so dangerous, why are they so common, right? Why are they just hiding in plain sight?
Well, the answer is actually a lot simpler than you might think. Most of these plants aren't some kind of evil, invasive monster. The reason they're so common is because, well, we plant them for their beauty, or they're super hardy and drought resistant, or they just spread really well on their own. The real danger isn't that they exist, it's that we don't understand them. Okay, so let's get to the most important part of all of this. Your best defense, your shield, is awareness. So let's talk about what you should actually do with this information. I'm guessing the question on everyone's mind is probably, okay, should I run outside right now and just rip all of these out of my yard? And the answer might actually surprise you. The real solution here isn't to panic, it's education. The truth is, many of these plants can coexist with us perfectly safely, as long as we know what they are and give them a healthy dose of respect. So what does that look like in practice?
Well, here are 4 simple, really effective safety steps. First, teach your kids the golden rule. You never eat a plant you don't know. Second, keep a close eye on your pets when they're outside. Be vigilant. Third, pretty simple one, always wear gloves when you're gardening. Protect your skin. And finally, and this is the most powerful tool you have, just learn to identify the common plants in your area. That knowledge, that's your best defense, bar none.
You know, I want to wrap this up with a really powerful shift in perspective. And it's this. Plants don't attack, they defend. All those toxins we've been talking about, that's just a plant's natural defense mechanism. They're not malicious. They're just trying to survive, like everything else. And that's really the key here. The only thing separating danger from safety is awareness. So next time you're out, take a walk through your neighborhood. Look at your own backyard with fresh eyes, because now you know what to look for.